Welcome to Nothing to Fear podcast. I go by the name Chris Blanca Pro. I started this podcast to share my untold story, my truths, and my journey, and my close relationship to Jesus Christ. And I want you to create a life on your own terms. We always have a choice. This podcast is about career, hustle, perseverance, manifestation, fun, sport, entertainment, relationship goals, and making it happen on your terms.
Hey, welcome back to the Nothing to Fear podcast.
Yeah.
It's a People's podcast, and this week, oh my God, we got a very special guest that we always smaller vibration, right?
OD
vibration, and he got a whole history. You know what I mean? We're just gonna be ourselves, chop it up, and say some stuff and see who we can inspire today. But like my guy over here, Mr. Anton in the cut.
Chill.
As usual.
Big up the brother then.
You see.
Yo.
Yo.
Learn that one.
Yo.
Learn that when I was a
Yo,
kid.
he like he was working on that one, boy. Hey, big up the brother then. Yeah. Yo.
This is my moment right here.
Yo, bro. All right, remember, please like, share, and subscribe, man. Bring a friend and tell a friend. It's a people's cast for the community. Come on.
For real.
Motivate and we inspire. And we inspire ourselves too. You know what I mean?
For real.
But Enoch, what one?
Ain't shit but a thing.
Indeed.
Love and life, can't complain.
Yeah, man. Right, Bree? Everything good?
It's okay. It's okay.
Word.
I feel like I've been in a struggle lately.
What?
Trying to find balance.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends that we communicate about business, we communicate about fun, trying to build our relationships, and we're slipping. We continue to find ourselves slipping, you know, and we found out that we don't need to be taught anything anymore. We just need to remember. We're no longer learning. We just need to be reminded. And so we're trying to constantly have those people around us like you, Anton, my friends. We're just trying to be those constant reminders to make sure that we're propelling and perpetually inspired. That's the goal, to be perpetually inspired.
Stay together.
Right.
Like we say, Chris, like we say, building packs, like-minded people. You know what I mean? Building little packs because we've been trying for our foreparents and our ancestors been trying and trying, but it's getting better.
Right.
It's still far away. But it's a lot better than where we started.
Yep.
So there's promises right there. Might not in our lifetime, but we gotta pray for best, and we gotta start put words into action.
Right.
And make sure that shit happen. I mean, in real time.
Right, and you hope it comes from. You hope that like your inspiration can constantly come from your family, and your family be the ones with the flu. The flu is like, me and my friends call it the flu when people either accidentally get you sick and get you ill because they're upset or they haven't taken care of themselves.
Yeah, man.
And so now they're putting down your work, they're not sharing your shit, or every time you show them something that you're excited about, they hit you with their doubts and you're an extension of themselves, and like we call that the flu, when people are accidentally putting you down.
You hear that?
So
that's so good because flu put you down. Oh my God.
Because you spread germs sometimes.
Word.
On purpose, not on purpose.
It's he said the whole.
Yo, you break that shit down perfectly. Come on.
You probably mean well too when they say it, but they don't realize that your way of like communicating doesn't help.
Right.
It's a hard pill to it's always a hard pill to swallow. But me personally, what I do, I try to compel myself that I'm doing good. So you know what I mean? I don't be disappointed when anyone show me a cold shoulder and shit, because I know the possibility is still there. I don't care what you say, boy.
Yeah, word.
You just gotta do it. Like, that's my new word. Just do it, man.
Right.
Like Nike they said it perfectly. Just do it.
I mean, I try to decide between people who are talking with ill intent versus those who are talking with honest, with like actual love.
Yeah.
You're talking harshly. I know they're coming from a genuine place. They
places.
don't know how to communicate with me on how they want to express that.
Yeah.
Cause I get that unintentionally, you're putting me down type of shit. It could be like this person, from their experience, this is how things went for them.
Right.
So they try to, out of love, tell me, yo, bro, don't do that. Because they actually care enough to tell me that, because they went through it, they want to see me go through it.
Right.
And sometimes decipher between that is like, you have those haters out there that just want to hate. But you can tell who's your real ride or die versus the ones who just generally just hate on a regular basis.
This is for real. This is true. This is true. It be sad sometimes too, because the people you be leaning towards the most are the ones who don't know how to express themselves or accidentally putting you down and stuff like that. And we don't have time to decipher through people. Like, do you mean ill intent? Was that actually supposed to big me up in motivation, or was it hate? It's like, if you give me the slightest red flag, it could be pink. I'm out of that bitch. I don't want no smoke with you right now. Right. My life is too short.
But to be honest with you though, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's a curse or what, but I don't think people really do it with an intent. It's just that, it's just a thing people just take things for granted. Like, I don't think they really mean it. You just.
Nah, some people mean that shit.
Some people.
I dealt with a couple people in my lifetime that they just.
Some people mean it, but most people don't because they're not aware of what they're doing.
This is true.
I'm being honest. A lot of people not aware of what they're doing, bro. Like real shit. You know what I mean? Because it's the same people that watch you struggle and don't give you support. And the minute that you become popular, it's the same people support you.
Yep.
You think it's easy to hate you and come back and support you?
You know what's funny? You know what's a good example of that though?
That's a good point.
My partner, Drew.
Yeah.
We talk to each other with the most outlandish
shit.
Like it's like holding no holds bar.
Yeah.
So I know when she's speaking, it's speaking out of like she cares enough to tell me I'm fucking up.
Of course, which is right.
And she's gonna say it harshly.
Yep.
But I know to take it like on some like, oh, she's like unique. Now been here, posting, reposting, supporting, everything else. So it's like you got genuine. You know, like you said, if niggas is gonna talk shit and then not like actually like support me even by just reposting or sharing my shit, it's like I'm not even asking for no bread. I'm asking just like my photos and share my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So get the word out there. You don't want to do that. So and then you want to talk shit. It's like I don't gotta talk to you then. We're not gonna speak on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself that way.
Yeah, nothing come easy.
You know what I'm
No.
saying?
If it was like that, everybody would have got it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, consistency and persevere and believe in what you do. Because you actually could believe in that. Because you're creating something that is there. So that's you could say that's believe.
Right.
I mean, equivalent to believe. You know what I mean? So you actually like could like don't feed into it too much, man. Just keep pushing, man. Just go search for a different demographic, man, and push product, push your style, your lifestyle, push whatever. Somebody's gonna show you love. Somebody's gonna see the genuinity. You know what I mean?
Right. And there's two different phases too. You have where you spoke about with creating. You have the creation phase where you have to create it.
Yeah.
And then you have the nurturing phase.
You still have. No, you're talking. You have to nurture it.
Right. And it's easier to.
It's like a baby.
Right. It's easier to accept constructive feedback or people's flu when you're nurturing compared to when you're creating and you have your own doubts too.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I didn't need that right now. You know what I mean? And now you have to build through that mud that's been thrown at you.
Yeah, man.
And it's a different place. You're way more sensitive at those different phases. And so I just feel for all the people out there who are pushing out their great ideas or pushing out their dreams and passions to people who they want to help them and support them. And the ones who don't receive that support, you know, I'm sending you love and light because there will always be a situation where you're going to be creating that next big thing that you need. And there will be that one person that you thought will hold you down and you're hit with some heat. They cough on you, now you sick.
I'm going to say something to you though, like, I don't cut you. All right, Usain Bolt. You know who is Usain Bolt, right?
Right.
The fastest man in the world. Usain Bolt. You think he become fast just like that?
No.
You think somebody could look at him and say, I like you, and he become fast? No, he had to work up to that point.
Right.
I'm just saying, man, nothing is a handout. And I mean, it's very disappointing, don't get me wrong, to see the people you think will support you not showing you that love. But, man, just brush that shit off, man, and keep it going because the next person, you never know what the next person have to offer. that the next person have to offer, because everyone have a different way of showing and giving love. You know what I mean? So it's just a part of life to me. You know what I mean? I don't try to think about it too much. I'm not gonna tell her that I'm perfect because it bothers me, but I don't let it hold on to me, like it hold a grasp and hug me, because I know, I see, I know, I see a lot of people go through the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm not special. You're not special. You're not special. Look at this kid, Kai Snack. He's a streamer.
That boy getting
How many
busy.
streamers you have in the world?
That boy
A
getting
billion streamers.
busy.
People streaming. He was chosen for that. We need you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everybody's not gonna get it the same way, man. Some people have to work twice as hard. You know what I mean? Like, and even for us, we have to work 3 times harder.
Who did y'all, when y'all started your business, right? Like when you wanted to go into cutting hair, and then Anton, when you picked up media production, were you transitioning from something that like you felt comfortable in, and then you had to make this leap? And then when you were reaching out to people like, yo, I'm about to do this, were there people in your life like, that's a little iffy, or did y'all have a constant stream of support? How did it work for you, like in your journeys?
Oh man, so for my journey, a little more complicated than that. It wasn't. I kind of fell into it a little bit. I was at a time in my life where I was like really my lowest, and then my man was still doing. He was still doing photography, and he always wanted to be a filmmaker, director, and everything else. He was doing comedy at the time. So how I fell into it with him and how he fell into photography was he was doing comedy at the time. He was doing a show, and I hadn't seen him like a good year or two. I was like, oh shit, he's doing a show. I'm gonna see how he's doing.
Right.
So I went to a show, and funny as hell still. He's gonna go somewhere.
Right.
Right. And I turned to like, all right, so let's start to do something like we'll do an event together, whatever. The next comedy show, we'll have a comedy show. And then we did that. We sold out that show, and good. And then ended up walking on to go to a couple of photo shoots.
Okay.
And the next you know, from like going to a couple of photo shoots where to then I'm out for the party every weekend with the guy.
Okay.
And eventually I was like, you know what? Let me get my own game again.
Okay.
See what it's about. See what I can do. And then from there, just been doing it since then.
Okay.
And I told him before, he doesn't believe me now. I told him before that he saved my life in a way, because at that time, I had no sense of direction of anything I wanted to do. I wanted to do so much, but at the same time, I wanted to do nothing at all.
Yeah, like it. You. That's talk, man. Talk.
I told him at that time, my dad just died, and I was going through shit. Like I was going to die. It's been all types of mom's gone. My boy for 20 years deployed back to Jamaica. Grandmother's gone. Grandfather died.
Wow.
Then dad died.
Wow. Sorry to hear.
It was like a non-stop slew of death and loss for like 5 years straight. Say 6 years straight. And then he helped me out. Like he brought me back. But I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do with myself. I wanted 9 to 5. My life was like, And then the camera and everything else. It's the only thing in my life that I've been consistently doing and consistently getting better. Whether I have my off season or not, I'm still better than I was when I started. I'm better than I was last year.
Right.
Yes,
and
sir.
I tried everything. I tried music. I tried making beats. I like music. I tried rapping. I know I never did that in my life. Tried that shit. I heard my own voice. I was like, oh God. I know. Now I understand why they don't put me in space sometimes.
No. Practice become perfect.
I heard my voice and I was like, nah.
Practice become perfect.
Yeah. But besides this, I really consistently like doing. I do like doing. I do.
Okay.
And for me? Oh, you're not finished? Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
I respect that, bro.
For me? Thank you for that question, because this is very interesting, like really interesting, because I grew up in Jamaica in a rural community, very rural, in the hills and valley, like 100 people, like real shit, no lie. You know what I mean? So it's a farming village. There's nothing else for income. I mean, pretty much farming. That's it, 100%. Or if you can twist your hand and make it into art or whatever. Because I used to, growing up, one of the income for us was doing craft. I mean, with
sticks.
Different sticks and shit that we bring it to the tourists and sell them. But get back to the barbering thing. So there was one older guy in the community that cut hair, and you know, he's like a house call before it was a thing.
What was it?
House call before it was a thing.
What
you
do
know,
you mean?
house call. You know, you do house calls.
For like to bring people together or something?
No, house calls like when somebody tell you to come to their crib for service. Like for me to go to your crib is called house calls.
Okay.
So I'm saying he was
Church service?
No.
Well,
When you want the service, like a barber service.
oh yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
book me to come
Yes,
to your
yes,
crib,
yes. House calls.
House calls.
Right. Cold calling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
he was doing it before other thing. Okay, it was a long time ago before I know that she was
Okay.
house call,
Right,
like real
right,
shit.
right.
You know what I mean? So he used to just pull up and just cut hair. You know, he used to give people whatever they want. Cause you're a kid, you know, you can't say nothing.
Right.
Them times I'm seeing people wearing shag right now, and I'm like, yo, that's a dope haircut. Them times when they give you shag, you're like, you go to school, niggas like muster you and shit. You're a laughing stock of the day. You know what I mean? Like real shit.
All because this guy wanted to pull up on you.
Yeah, so this guy, he cut her hair. Them niggas just was like, you better make sure you comb the hair before you go to the barber because it's a problem, boy. I'm telling you that. It's like how these kids come to me and I have to be softening their hair up to comb it out and they be like, oh, that hurt.
Right.
No, nigga, you're crying blood. Nigga, they don't care. Like, comb your hair, nigga. You know what I mean? That type of shit.
Right. Prerequisite.
The real shit. I'm
Number one.
talking real shit, bro.
Right.
He used to cut you with just a scissors and a razor blade with a glass of water. That's it. He used to drink a lot of rum. So that nigga used to nick niggas on their ears like with them scissors. A lot of nick I get. I used to be mad.
You usually get better when you drunk, no?
Come on, bro. Yo, so I realized this guy can't mess me up, man. Be messing up my hair as a kid. I don't like it. Come on, boy. Nigga cut you see all kind of sink in your hair and shit. Cause he's drunk. He always drinking. His name is Cocky. That's his name. Pause. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? So I was like, one day I was like, you know, I'm gonna try that shit. And I started watching it and I tried it. And I have this one friend who allowed me to cut his hair over and over and over and over till I fall in love. Matter of fact, I used to do the art in the hair before I start cutting the hair. You see, like, write your names in your hair and shit before I start. They used to go cut their hair and come to me and design.
Wow. And how old were you?
I was like 14, 15. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then the love become a love. I get better.
Right.
I start off with a razor and a comb. I want to tell a story one day. Like real shit. I was self-taught to cut hair. I was self-taught, really self-taught. It's just when I grow up and I come to the bigger city, then I start to see different new stuff and I saw people start cutting different. So I kind of take some from here and here from there, apply to myself, and I get better.
Right.
This is what I really start from cutting hair with: a razor and a comb, and a scissors.
So you press the razor against the comb
before this was a thing.
And then you start
this before this even was a thing. Is when the Chinese saw that we're doing it. The Chinese went and do this.
Oh, they make you put it actually
inside the comb. It used to be on the comb, put it on top of the comb and press it and use it and fade, just like I do that fade, bro. Real shit. My fingers used to have mad scars and shit. Then I become famous because he's the older barber. Yeah. I'm the newer one.
Yeah.
So I'm the modern barber now. Because I'm using the fancy stuff though. The razor and the comb while he's still using the scissors.
Right.
So I take over the little community. I saw most of the people in the community. Majority.
Right. And were you still having to go to him though? Because you couldn't cut your own head?
Him?
Yeah, the older guy.
No. What happened is I used to start cut my own hair.
Okay.
Not to perfection until somebody else started cutting hair. Up. And then we started cutting each other's hair and shit.
Started a movement.
Starting a movement, bro.
All because this dude was bad at it.
Bro.
Imagine he was good. You wouldn't be a barber right now.
Boy, I was a badass boy. I used to cut the whole community. And you know what day I used to work? Saturdays. Because I used to go to school during the week. Saturdays, pull up.
Wow.
Cut mad hair, man, all day. By the day done, fingers is very diced up and shit. Till I get my first clipper from New York City. That was the next adjustment. I become mother now. I can't forget that. A wall clipper. A wall clipper make a lot of noise. Because the current in Jamaica, the electricity in Jamaica, you don't have any balance.
Made a lot of noise.
So when they say it's 110, it's not really 110, it's at 150.
Oh, God.
So when you plug in the freaking clipper and that shit make mad night. Like a lawnmower.
Oh, God.
So I have to figure out how to get that clipper silent.
Right.
So I open the clipper and start inspect it. So they have two, where the transformer is, where the current go through. Put a piece of sponge in there, that shit went silent. I was like, what? She's still functioning. So we adjusted. Yo, the story is real. I don't want to get too much in there because I want to tell that story one day, bro. I was really self-taught. And you know, the other day I sit down and I was thinking like, who teach me to cut hair?
Right.
And I thought, looking back, and I was like, yo, dog, me really self-taught, you know?
Right.
The hard way, you know, that's why the love for it grows so much.
Yeah, right.
And then I know how to use all clipper. I know what clipper to use to get what result and stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of passion, man. I love this thing, man. This thing do everything for me.
Right.
And it's not like I didn't do anything because I was a chef. I go to high school for cooking. And then I go to tertiary education and do catering. I used to work in the tourism industry. But wherever I go, this thing follow me everywhere I go. I go on the cruise ship, side job. My side job used to make me mad bread, cutting hair. So I decided, yo, this is it. When I come to New York, you know, you come from the islands, come to New York, the big city. You think it's all that lights and all this shit gonna happen. No, you gotta get down,
Prices,
bro.
cost.
You gotta get down.
Taxes.
First thing is most easiest thing, barbershop. And the history, everything finished from there. Going to barbershop, the first day I jacked a nigga up. I can't forget the Puerto Rican nigga. I was sweating. Jack him up, because I'm nervous. You know what I mean? You know what? We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
No!
That story's too long. I don't want to talk to
Not the Jack. Yo, you chipping dudes up.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
We'll
That's
be right
a
back.
good story, though.
What?
So basically.
Welcome back. I know I was talking a lot just now. I hope I inspire someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That story is very long, so I don't really want to get in details of that story. Like I said, I would like to do like a real documentary to tell how I become a barber.
Right.
Up to this point, you know what I mean? So it's a lot. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? God brought me through. I'm here. You know what I mean? I love what I'm doing. I don't consider myself a barber anymore, by the way. I think I'm a therapist, like real shit. So I kind of changed my name. And a matter of fact, I did not. Somebody said that, you know you're a therapist? And I was like, I'm going to adapt that name.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't know, a barber don't understand how powerful they are to the community. You're supposed to be a role model, you know that, right? As a barber.
Right.
Yeah. Because we literally is a guy that get to talk to everyone. The doctors, the lawyers, the cops, name it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we carry a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
But like I said, the story's gonna tell another documentary because it's too much. You know what I mean? So it's a long story. So
I would even say though, like, you like a little bit better than a therapist because the therapist they're supposed to help you work on your image. That's literally it. Like, you're supposed to get better at seeing yourself, at your identity.
How you think?
And you out there physically fixing people's image. You know what I mean? And you're here, you're talking to them, and you're providing the inspiration. So I like, you know, you in a therapist shop would be fire too. You feel me? They get the one-on-one consultation and you get the image fixed up. But I hear you, because at first I'm like, I thought you were gonna say artists, you know, and you're helping people with your art, but then you went therapist, and I'm like, that makes complete sense.
I passed that stage.
Right.
I'm all of that.
Right.
But I passed that stage, you know what I mean? It's like muscle memory. When you sit in a chair, it's not a struggle. It just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what I do, bro. Like, real shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you have some interesting story, though. Enoch. Very interesting story. that I get to experience when I met you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Very interesting story. You had a liver transplant. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I did. Back in 2023, I had an emergency liver transplant that really shook my family's and my life up completely because I had 2 days left to live. And this all happened on New Year's Day. I went out with my family. We were all drinking, having a good time. 2 days after that, I was hungover badly. And I'm over here, me and my sister got into a little fight on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And so I'm over here complaining. She's like, just go drink some water. Just go do this, drink some coconut water. And then they take me to urgent care, and I'm yellow, like Big Bird. Yellow and swollen. And they're like, he has jaundice. And they rushed me over to Mount Sinai in Brooklyn.
Yeah, right over here in Kings Highway.
Yep, real close. And the doctor was like, he has 2 days left to live. My sister is in awe. And the doctor's like, we don't have the material and equipment to support him to what he needs. And so I'm stuck there in and out of consciousness, figuring things out. And my sister was told that I went into a state of I started seizing. And so it's really tough for me because when I think about it, I realize how much they witnessed and how much they experienced compared to me in the moment. Because I was asleep. I was nothing
They witness way more. Even though you're going to get way more.
Ups, I know ups, just all the downs of it. And so the doctor told I had 2 days left and I had to be transferred. And I remember on my way in the ambulance to the Manhattan Mount Sinai, my sister's waking me up and she's like, do you want to get a liver transplant? Do you want to do it now? Should I get another opinion? And I said, all I need is to not feel like this anymore. And then went back into consciousness, out of consciousness. And they had a 16-hour operation. I got a donor on the way to the hospital.
Miracles, boy.
On the way to the
God
hospital.
is the greatest.
Clutched the liver, and they gave me a 16-hour operation. I woke up right at the end of it and was fighting people. And it's crazy. This is crazy.
Because you wake up in a shock.
I woke up out of shock. The first thing that comes to me is my awareness is to okay, I'm human. The existence. I found out that I'm alive. And then the second thing that came to me was something in my mouth. And I started to feel my tongue around. And I realized what I was feeling went past my tongue. Yeah. And so when I woke up, I'm pulling the tube they had in me out of my mouth. And the doctors are freaking out. They're all storing me. And I'm pushing, and then they put me back under. And so after my operation, I stayed in the hospital for a whole month. And then in that time frame, there was the nurses, and because it was right around went into the hospital the day nurses went on strike in 2023. And so I had the doctors taking care of me because there was no nurses taking care of me. And it was a miracle. It was a miracle. And what they found out was that there was a lot of controversy about he's a young man. Yes, he drinks alcohol for sure. It does have an impact on the liver, but no way he was drinking that much to get his liver to that extent. And so this biopsy came back for my liver, and the biopsy said it was medicine, acetaminophen, which is Tylenol or aspirin. And they're like, there's no way, because he would have to down a whole bottle of it for it to destroy his liver that immediately. And me and my family and my friends are trying to discuss what was I taking regularly that could have had an impact on my liver. And we summed it up to turmeric. I was taking turmeric every single day at a little bit outrageous dosages. So I would have probably 2 spoons a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And it was something that I even had when I was in college. And so I graduated in 2022. And I used turmeric for its anti-inflammatory benefits and recovery stuff.
You was overdoing it.
I was playing football, running track, popping turmeric every day. And we believe that is the reason why I lost my liver. Turmeric. And so while we're doing this research, trying to figure it all out, there's recent studies that says certain people with a particular
blood type?
It's not a blood type. It's a particular gene. Certain people with a particular gene inside of them, their liver can be dramatically influenced and impacted negatively by turmeric based off of this gene that you have inside of you.
Right.
Did you ever figure that
I don't know. I have done some tests here and there, but the groups I've done the tests with, they always say like, oh, we can't give you back the results.
What?
So they take my blood and stuff, and are like, sorry, I think it's because the research is new, and so I'm just a test subject.
So you like the guinea pig?
Yes, and so they don't give me back any results. I've taken 2 tests with like different science labs.
So they didn't give you back? Oh,
I haven't figured out if I have that gene or not. And it's crazy because
kind of important to know?
I agree.
Very important.
Yeah, man.
I just started testing myself. I started popping turmeric here and there, and I'll just see if something happens just out of, because I was so upset. I was like, ain't no way turmeric take me out.
Yo, listen, I get to know this brother like probably about, I would say like probably about
2 years?
2 years?
Right.
Before that incident happened?
Yep.
So I was like, where is Enoch? I don't see Enoch. I was like, to pick up my phone.
Right.
Thank God he was up.
Yep.
He picked up the phone. He was like, I'm in the hospital. Like, that's some news. Hit me. I'm like, liver transplant? I never even heard of a liver transplant. Right. The first time I ever heard of a liver transplant.
27.
So my thing is, how did you deal with the aftermath of the emotional aftermath of that? Like, with yourself and your family?
When I was in the hospital, I don't think I've ever cried that much before. Just seeing my family. Like, they would leave the hospital and I would sob because the things that these people were doing with me in the hospital was crazy. One, after your transplant, you're given about 30 pills day in and day out. In the morning, at night, and you're being tested. I'm being tested around 6-7 times a day. So people are drawing my blood that much a day. I also had a catheter in my neck that stayed there the whole month I was in the hospital. And I had I had 2 tubes in my stomach pulling out excess fluid into a port. Mm-hmm. And so mixed with them shooting me up every day, me taking these different type of medicines, the doctor started to believe that I was going a little crazy. And so they'd give me more medicine. And then I would also have to get dialysis every day to change my blood. I'd also get blood transfusions. And so like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, they would come with this freezing pint of blood and they'd push it into my body, and I'm just sitting there chilled out. And like seeing like my family really would bring waves of gratitude over me. And when they would leave, I'd feel so distraught and feel so like hopeless because in the hospital, it felt like I was just I was like a rat, like a lab rat.
Yeah,
being shot up, being given medicine, not feeling like myself because of the medicine. And so all I did was meditate majority of my time in the hospital while they were trying to teach me. I had to relearn how to walk. I had to relearn how to like feel different parts of my body. And so the emotional roller coaster for me was like basically fighting the impact of staying in a hospital for a month while going through that process. Seeing my family go through it, I think they were just happy I was alive. They were just,
listen, man.
Thank God.
All I can say to you guys, man, listen, God don't give a man more than he can bear, man. Do not stop complaining because there's people out there going through way more than you. And thank God you're here today to tell a story, my brother.
For real.
And I really be a part of that story too because I know you like that and we vibe like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
And God is great, man.
With that though, so I know you went through a crazy life-changing decision. Like, what was the biggest life-changing decision because of what you went through?
So like, what has changed for me after that?
Mm-hmm.
What did you like when you sat there after all that was done, said and done? Like, you had to make a real decision right now going forward. That's a miracle in itself.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing you take from that? Like, what you took from that really have you like.
I know you went to photography now.
Yeah,
Right. I know.
He was. As a matter of fact, I'm glad to bring up that topic too. We're gonna touch that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was that I no longer do anything that doesn't make me happy. Like, even from the smallest to the biggest thing. So if it's the career choice that I choose, which is the biggest thing, I quit my job. I quit my job after a year because it got to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore, so I left.
Because,
you know what I mean?
Because you don't want to take nothing for granted.
Not a damn thing.
For granted.
I'd be damned if I'm ever in any situation, no matter how big or small. I could be playing the game, and if I don't like the game no more, I'm not playing it no more.
That's it.
Like, no matter how big or small, there's nothing that I will do that doesn't bring me joy. And so that's like my thing. It's like I started helping my friend out with his business because I believed in him and I liked the work. And so that has, what I'm realizing is that that decision, not doing anything that doesn't bring me joy, is brought me to a whole new level in my life. Like, I have now been able to support myself and the people I want to my capacity now. Like, before I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I could only do what I had to do. And so I'm just realizing that, like, taking complete control over my decisions and where I lead myself has been the biggest reform that has occurred after the transplant.
Of course, man.
I've gone in the right direction. I said to myself, it's like, I had many things happen to me. I broke my collarbone, broke my nose, had concussions, played football, ran track, all these different things, cut my pinky off, dislocated my arm. So there was an immense amount of times where my family was experiencing me going through struggle physically.
Wait, hold on, wait. So you cut your pinky off?
Yeah, my pinky cut off. I got a little chopped one.
Word?
I didn't even know. Oh, no
Oh, shit.
Yo, this whole time.
No, boy, you wouldn't notify that.
Like,
You wouldn't notice that.
No shit.
Like,
Yo.
like,
wait a minute. I've been giving you a
like-
tap this whole time. Like, I never see. I'm not looking at his pinky. See, like, yo, just pinky. You see, like. You still got most of the left, so that's why I don't know shit.
Right.
That's crazy, man. Like, yo, you know how beautiful it is to be here laughing and talking
Right.
and holding that energy right now. It means, like, he told me this story before, but now the story have a more impact on me. Like, I'm like, I didn't even know in that depth because he never explained like that to me. Like, you know what I mean? So that should be like on me right now. Like, I'm very grateful to be here right now beside Enoch. Like, real shit. Like, brother, I'm happy to have you here, man.
Thank you, brother.
God never give a man more than he can bear.
That's true. It's always a fact.
And
It's always a fact.
do not take things for granted. Please, stop complaining. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stop using excuses for escape.
I got a quick question, though. I got that. You know I'm going to ask a question.
Okay, now.
How the fuck did that pinky come? I gotta ask the question now. Like, Chris, I love you. Motivational, yes. But my brain is still stuck on, like, he's missing, like, part of his pinky. How? Sway? How?
Damn. The pinky happened in middle school, in elementary school.
Yeah.
I went down, I used to live, me and my mother, we were nomadic. And so, not in a fun way. We kind of traveled a lot because of instability.
Yeah.
And so, we lived with these African folk, and I was hanging out with the African children, and I went down to pick up a large piece of glass in an alleyway, and one of them kicked it, and it sliced half of the quarter of my pinky
you
off.
You was a toddler.
Bro, I came home in my hand like this, going in the door. My mom's like, "What happened now?" I opened my hand. We're both crying and yelling at each other in each other's face. I told you not to do that. Bro, we get to the hospital. The nurse is freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. The doctor's like, "Where's the pinky? Where is it?" My mom's looking through their bag for it. She's like, "Oh shit!" It's like in her pocket. She gives it to him, sews it back up.
No shit.
That's why my shit's still missing.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
That's so. That one is crazy, boy. Come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had it in her pocket. Wait, where the ice at? Hold on. Wait, hold on a second. Run this through shit.
Yo, wait. Listen to this. Listen to this. In Jamaica, growing up in Jamaica, do something like that, you getting that ass whooping.
No way. What you doing?
I'm missing no pinky. I just want to get a pinky.
What?
I don't got no pinky.
Nigga, you're getting that ass whooping,
I'm
nigga.
suffering enough.
Right.
What? You're getting the ass whooping, and then they're gonna take it to fix that.
Right.
I told you not to go there. You don't listen. What?
And then my family, before I had the liver transplant, I got stabbed too. And so I've been putting my family through shit. And so our motto right now is, I no longer want to go through things that don't kill me, but make me stronger.
Oh, man.
That's like, because me and my friends have found out that we think that struggle means growth when you do not have to go through pain to grow at all.
That's the truth.
And so
right there.
that's another big takeaway. I no longer want, that's the reason why I'm only doing things that bring me joy, is because that whole idea that you have to suffer, pain means gains, it's not true at all.
I honestly feel like
you don't think so?
I think our community glorifies
The pain thing.
That's because that makes.
pain to make glory.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Really like glorify that.
That's why it's like a manifest. We manifest that on ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
That type of vibe, right?
Right.
We went from being in chains to then having community where we were thriving.
Yo,
Then back to now
listen.
struggling to make it look
Listen.
like we're struggling.
Right.
I'm happy. Yo, everything happened for a reason, because I must say this, like, we keep bargaining all our lives. Our parents, us, we came a long way, but we keep bargaining. We're not gonna get nowhere with that. They're not gonna do nothing for us. I'm telling you right now. The only way out is for us to get together.
Yep.
And it seems like it's not gonna happen, but I never give up. I always pray about it. You know what I mean?
It's gonna happen.
Unity.
It's very. I'm talking honestly, and what's happening today. I'm hoping for the best. I'm not giving up on it. Like I say, I'm praying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's never gonna happen. They're not gonna give it to us. Never. They're not gonna hand it to us.
They're not gonna hand it to us. No.
We have to take it.
We have to take it, and the only way to take it is us to come together. There's no other way.
But we will. That's the thing. We will. Because remember, we started out.
Manifest it, my brother.
We started out as slaves, and it was first even trying to get everyone together to not be afraid to overcome all that, to get together the war against what's going on.
Thank you for manifesting it.
And then, with that being said, we went from being slaves to then we started owning our own businesses. We started fighting back together, right? Now we got to the point where they split us apart again, through like lock people up, drugs in the communities, you know, lack of education systems,
Particular
in our communities.
movements.
You know what I'm saying? They're not having no improvements in our education system, taking money away. They're trying to break us apart. We are still fighting back against that, and we could be a lot worse off, but we're not. We're kind of like in a stagnant state, I would say. So it's not bad or good. We just kind of like.
We make it easy for them. No matter what they do, no matter how they fight,
Right.
we make it easier for them.
Eventually we're gonna get back on the same track.
I think we're in a unified self-sabotage state. Like we all are deciding not to really make that extra step because we know what it would mean.
And
It would mean extra work. It would mean all these things. You know how when you're for yourself, you're like, I have the potential to do this, but you really like self-sabotage so you don't get there because you're afraid of what you can become. That's what we like all are. That's what it feels like. We all are unified in that sense. Like we're afraid of actually doing the work and putting in the effort of becoming the world's next biggest thing. And that's what's keeping us. That's what's keeping us. I think we are.
And we're not paying attention to each other. Which one? We're not.
Both.
Because
we're not paying attention because we're scared.
We're scared, but we're scared to glorify our own self.
Right.
We have to put more energy into ourselves.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
This is
That's
true.
the only way. You know what I mean? Imagine a group of brothers stand up there on the street outside and praying. You can't ignore that.
Right.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
If they're fighting, you could ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
You could go your way. But that prayer and that energy, nothing beat that. I mean, nothing beat unity. So I understand. It seems impossible right now. I like the way Chris said he's gonna get there, and some of us have to manifest it.
But I like the way you say it. We gotta heal too.
You gotta heal too.
We gotta heal, and we'll keep it pushing.
You keep it pushing, man. So
I'm with it.
Let's take another quick break.
and we'll be right back.
Bet.
Yeah, we're back. Like we never left. You know what I mean? Need some water break. Some bathroom break. And we're back. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Support the community. My boy Enoch, we here vibing. Talking about ourselves. You know what I mean? So, what are you into now? How was the food? I mean, I remember.
Right.
When you said you're gonna start, you was talking about it. You manifested. As a matter of fact, you manifested it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I see it in fruition, man. What's going on with that?
So, when did you tell me to get my camera?
It was like sometime last year, summertime.
Right.
Real
So
summertime.
like 6 months, 7 months-ish ago.
Yeah.
It's been going great ever since I got to tap into the shop. It all started in the shop, really.
Right.
You know, having y'all's space to work in the studio, and then having Anton and Chris to help me out with like setting up lighting and stuff, and then him giving me like, yo, alright, you should get this camera. Ever since I got the camera,
What camera is that?
I got a Canon R5.
You guys are racist, man.
For what?
What racist?
I shoot with Nikon.
Why would you do that garbage?
Oh.
You hear that? We're never gonna start with that.
Nah.
They make batteries, no?
No. Nikon?
They make phone. That's a phone.
That's Nokia.
Oh my god.
That's Nokia.
Nokia make phones.
Yeah, Nikon. No. Nikon makes.
Nikon?
Nikon makes great cameras, but they're great for like wildlife shit. Honestly, to me personally.
That's what I do.
And like in
know.
landscaping, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Like landscaping, wildlife.
That's
That's
sports, like sports,
Whenever
shooting sports, moving.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Nikon is great for like.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of
brand.
Nikon?
No.
Next time you watch a documentary of like wildlife documentaries,
They shooting in
look
Nikon.
at the cameras they're using. It's usually either Nikon or it's a Canon. But
Respect.
it's Nikon.
Respect. Okay, you just put me on to something.
Yeah, man.
I'm not knocking. I just never heard of it.
I'm not knocking you on though. Don't say my camera is garbage, man.
Still garbage.
No, don't say that.
I'm gonna let you rock.
Okay.
Canon through and through, man.
So what's the latest thing you got into?
So I've been shooting a lot.
Yeah.
My goal is to have 100 gigs. I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it for the growth. And so I have shot this beautiful collective where they have black individuals get together and share love. And the goal is for those individuals to find relationships. And it's done in an eloquent and prestigious way. And so I was in that space with, Chris joined me, and we shot that together. He shot videos and I shot photography. And then I've been shooting at a domestic violence shelter. And so they throw phenomenal events for the Muslim community. It's called ASIA. And so at that shelter, they're the first domestic violence shelter that focuses on Muslim women in New York City.
Vern?
And so I've been shooting a lot at their events, and they've been throwing phenomenal events, and that's been really, really dope. And then I feel like one of my favorites was, let me think. Oh, we met LaRussell, and I shot LaRussell and our team. I work for a low back ability. Y'all gotta check it out if anybody got back problems.
Yo, this dude start shooting. I see this dude get booked to fly to Jamaica to shoot on the weddings.
Oh, word?
Was shooting at a wedding. Shot at a wedding too. Yes. That was a fire shoot.
What?
Nothing but love. Being loved is my state of fame. That's where we found that quote at. Was when we went to Jamaica. We was like being loved. So it's been phenomenal. I feel like ever since I was in college, I was having a documentary done about me, and I really didn't know how it would come out. And then we ended up being nominated for an Emmy, and it became like basically my first job out of college. And we would travel the States and premiere the film and like have screenings with people. And that showed me how capturing something can truly shift any paradigm, shift any trajectory, shift any perspective on life. if you can capture something well and portray it to the people in a way that they
in your own art, in your own vision.
In your own vision, but in a way people can pick it up. Because it's one thing to be able to communicate, it's another thing to be able to inform. Right?
Yeah, man.
And so, because people just be talking sometimes, you know, people just be looking, right? People just be creating. And so that film kind of showed me like what it really means to get across your message. And so I feel like I'm getting into a space where no one can tell a story through photography as good as me. Because I feel like I can capture the essence of a moment.
That's fire.
Which is why I only really do event photography.
That's passion, look. Okay. That's love right there. That's passion.
Right.
In a couple of months, come on. You're here for a reason, bro.
For real.
And I was looking at those pictures earlier.
Fire.
Fire.
Now they were good.
Fire.
They were good. They were
I was
good.
looking at them like,
good.
Fire, bro. Fire.
good.
Please show it to the people, man.
I most certainly will, because I remember when I was at the event, I was at the photo, I was like,
Tell people they can find you.
oh, damn.
Tell them where they can find you.
They can find me on IG at Qubits. And so it's QUBITSSS. That's where they can find me. Or you can go to my website at www.qubits.io and you can see my photos there.
Now the photos came out looking amazing.
Hit him up.
They came out looking
I
amazing.
mean, and you did an amazing job. I'm mentoring him.
Right.
I mean, come on, it starts from somewhere, bro.
Right.
It's true.
I would give you that, absolutely.
It starts from somewhere.
You've definitely been the mentor helping me out.
Because when he's studio over there, I tell him, I let him know that the studio's over there.
Yep, he put me
I
on.
put him on, and the rest is history. Look at that.
I mean, when I saw the photos at the event, I'm over here like, this motherfucker lied to me. He didn't start no 6 months ago. He's been doing this shit for like 3 years. I know he's been doing it for 3 years.
Yo, I hit up my man.
He tried to pull fast for me, man. I'm like, nah, son. But he's just looking too good for a nigga that his guy's camera 6 months ago. Man. No. Bullshit.
It's the time. He put in the time, and God will give you the more. It's a calling. Right. And hit up my man, Mr. Anton too. All the whole studio.
Big mentor.
Big time mentor.
The studio's fire.
Shout out to Do. You guys are killing it. You know what I mean? If you want to get this shit right, if you're a young artist, if you think you want to take some pictures because you want to post, hit up Mr. Anton. 1776 Flatbush Avenue, out the old studio.
1779, brother.
Correct.
779, brother.
That's
Yo, what's going on? What are you doing?
That's why you're here.
You want to sit next door?
That's why you're here. 1779 Flatbush Avenue.
You can't miss it.
Right,
So,
you can't miss it.
Let me ask you, man. So where do you see yourself going with this career path you're going down now? Are you still gonna say photography, or do you think about maybe going into something more film and bigger media productions?
I definitely am not a fan of videography and film.
I
have respect for it.
Not yet.
Not yet, but like I don't see myself doing that. But when I was doing the film, when I was the subject of one, I had a photographer come and take pictures of me. He took pictures for Obama, and he won a Pulitzer. Nice. And I've been thinking back on it. I'm like, you won a Pulitzer for taking pictures of the president? And so I'm like, I'm gonna win a Pulitzer for taking pictures of events. And so my goal is really to like get the amount of experience where I can touch people's hearts around the world just from one gaze at my work. And so
you have a plan.
That's what I'm shooting for. Yeah, 100 gigs. That's the first goal.
Just execute that.
Yeah.
Because I can hear that. That's coming from deep down.
Right.
Like, you ain't gesturing or nothing. This is well rehearsed. Right. You got a plan.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got a plan, man.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
So, guys, I want you to look in the camera and inspire somebody. Let's tell them something. Tell them, pick up somebody that's down right now.
Pick up somebody that's down right now.
Yeah.
What do y'all need to know? Compete to do good. You're always going to be, whether if it's the rat race, you're going to be in competition with yourself, with others. If you are going to compete, being that we low-key kind of have to nowadays, compete to do good. And so if your goal is to make cash, you have no problem making it, but make sure that the cash that you're making is ethical. Make sure the cash that you're making is building up your community. Focus on infrastructure, ecosystem, right? Don't always go for like the quick drop shipping and all that stuff. Be mindful of the people that you can impact with the type of person that you are, with the work that you do. So that's my thing on it right now. Just compete to do good.
I ain't got nothing more to say. Until next time, Mr. Anton.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for putting up.
Anytime, my brother.
You see,
My brother.
you is a family.
For real.
Family. We say family.
Big up. I just watched the documentary too.
Yeah, man. Until next time, this is Blanco Pro. This is Nothing to Fear podcast. I'm out.
Welcome to Nothing to Fear podcast. I go by the name Chris Pro. I started this podcast to share my untold story, my truths, and my journey, and my close relationship to Jesus Christ. And I want you to create a life on your own terms. We always have a choice. This podcast is about career, hustle, perseverance, manifestation, fun, sport, entertainment, relationship goals, and